any changes?
No, actually, under other business, I just have one piece on a new bank account to deposit fundraising funds.
Okay. Privilege of the floor. Welcome, Anna.
Hi. My name's Anna Hathaway. I have one child here at the high school. She's a freshman, Grade Doyle. And then I have two in the elementary school. I've been working with Tanya Orlando, predominantly talking with her about food and our nutrition in our school system. My husband and I used to own a restaurant in Newport, Rhode Island for just about 18 years before we moved here, and we owned a hotel. My husband is the food director of beverage at Teddy Mountain. So we have a passion for food. All three of my children have severe food allergies. So I'm deeply invested in food and nutrition, specifically for kids as well. And there's a lot that the state of New Hampshire can do for schools, specifically the Department of Agriculture right now and the University of New Hampshire. There is a pilot program that is actually going to be the deadline, or not a deadline, but starting tomorrow. It's going off. I can get any information to whoever the right person would be. To invest in farm to school. For every $3 that you spend for food that is grown in the state of New Hampshire, you are refunded $1. So it's really investing in fresh food for kids. So it can also come from dairy farms, from vegetables, fruits, but also meat products, seafood, and anything coming exactly from the state. The state has limited it to the state of New Hampshire, so it can't be regionalized. I was just on a Zoom call today with UNH and Department of Agriculture about the program, that they're putting applications out starting tomorrow, and they will only allow one district per county. So that if our SAU were awarded it, then it would, another one in Grafton County would be allocated for it. So I just, whoever's, I don't know if there's a wellness committee for PRHS.
Yep, you can send it right to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel like when I was on the website today, and if you click on any allergy, it immediately wipes out what a student can eat in the cafeteria. For instance, if you have a dairy allergy and you go to the website and you click dairy allergy, you can only eat at the current menu as a student. You can only eat on Wednesday or Friday for the current menu right now. If you have what my daughter has, who's celiac, or and has anaphylactic egg allergy, she doesn't eat in the cafeteria, or she eats in the cafeteria, but she doesn't eat school lunch or breakfast. She can't. She can only eat French fries, which I don't know if the fry later is even gluten-free. Again, not really a healthy option. So I know that there are many more other students that are in the same boat, whether or not they choose that or they're forced to eat like that. So I just want to see if we can do better as a society for our kids.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
And Anna's, do you want to just introduce yourself? I know you well, because your children do a lot of our programs, but just, sorry, I should have had you do that in the beginning.
So, like I said, we moved here, my kids are in their starting their third school year here. I am a resident of Plymouth, but I also own the Kelby Motel in Hebron. It used to be the Blue Moon, or also known as the Whipple Motel.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of the minutes, January 7th. Anybody have, I didn't see anything, anybody else have any? Approval?
I'll make the motion.
Paul, seconded by Carolyn. All those in favor? Opposed, abstentions, okay, abstention for absence. Barbara? Okay, student report, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to start out with, at the last meeting I was out at in November, we talked about that preseason for winter sports was starting, and we were getting all those going, so winter sports are well and underway. All our teams have had some form of competition, whether it's a race, a meet, or a game, so that's very exciting. On the 11th of December, we had our winter concert at the Silver Center, so all of Mr. Gunn's students went down there and had their big performance that night, which is really exciting. Big portion of the school also goes down, so good way to get everyone involved with the music department. For the student senate side of things, in December we started our bill writing for our legislative session in the spring. So we had a big group come down to Mr. Casarino's room, and we had pizza and drinks and kind of brainstormed ideas and went through the framework of how bills are written and how we can do that. And then we'll also be hosting the District 8 caucus on the first week of February, which for anyone that does not know, each district in New Hampshire is assigned a bunch of different positions for the legislative session in the spring. So like each district gets 2 senators, and then someone can run for the governor, president of the Senate, speaker of the House, and a bunch of different things. And so all the schools in the districts come together and elect different students for those roles. Currently, Plymouth is the only school in District 8. There's Linwood, and one of the Hebron schools is also supposed to be in it, but currently they don't have anyone attending. But we'll have that the first week of February. We also just finished up midterms last week, so we had a nice 4-day weekend following that, but we got through all those smoothly. We still had our delayed start, so we didn't start until 9:30, which is a really great way to improve some studying and sleep, and just overall a better experience from the stress of midterms. We've also started rehearsals for the spring play, which is Hadestown. So Mrs. Ringline's been working really hard on that, and just going forward with it, getting all the practices and rehearsals in, which is really good. On the 18th of January was the Lakes Region Musical Festival, so another really fun way for Mr. Gunn and the whole music department to get engaged with New Hampshire and the rest of our community and show off all their skill. And then on the 20th of December, the day just before our break started, we had the unified basketball versus faculty game, which was really exciting. We saw Mrs. Eccleston out there, which was awesome. Mr. Parsons in the past had been a referee but not played, so I think the students really did like that. Yeah, just another fun way to get the rest of the student body involved with our unified sports, which a lot of effort goes into, so really great way to round off the regular classes of our first semester and go into winter break.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
That was a great report. Okay, principal's report.
Yeah, thank you, Mason. As Mason has said, it's crazy to think that we wrapped up semester 1 and we started semester 2 today, actually. So midterms actually fell on the scheduled days, which I haven't yet experienced because they move with snow. So it was really nice to be able to have the kids in midterms Monday through Thursday last week, and then we had a teacher in service day on Friday. So the kids had a 4-day week. It also provided the teachers a really nice downshift and transition from semester 1 to semester 2. Last Friday we hosted quite a variety of options for them on that professional day, including the transition. So there's a lot of grading and reporting and stuff that needs to happen as a result of that break. But in addition to that, there was some collaboration around the learning goals and assessments that they're working through with the curriculum work that we've been doing over the last few years. We also offered them such things as the online CPR course. So teachers took advantage of that if they're anticipating needing the CPR for either a field trip or a coaching position in the spring. So we tried to offer them a little bit of what they need on that day rather than funneling them all into one specific thing. I got some great feedback today as I went around the building, just saying it was a good use of their time, which you sort of always want to have as a result of a professional day for them. So we'll kind of keep that in mind as we move forward with that mid-year teacher in service day. Midterms were busy and exciting. I did want to share with you, I'm having the opportunity to see midterms take a little bit of a new shape here. There was quite a few teachers that offered a project or a in both individual or in groups of students. I just wanted to highlight two specifically. The product design class taught by Jay Fogarty partnered with Mary Boyle, the art teacher, and Audrey Ringline, the theater teacher. And the students in the product design class were tasked with creating real-sized props that Audrey needs for the Hadestown performance. So they were tasked with a spinner wheel and a slot machine. And they went through the prototyping, they went through design changes, they went through revisions, and then they went to showcase. And at the showcase was the final revision, and they invited an audience. So there was quite a few teachers, administrators, school counselors there, and they tried out their product. And then from there, the art department is going to decorate them, paint them, make them stage ready, and then obviously Audrey will use them in the real show. So it was a real trifecta collaboration. The kids really did an awesome job. So that was a really unique and I think exciting way to think about having kids apply what they've learned in a class in a real way. The other one that I attended was the outdoor rec midterm, and he runs a Shark Tank. So the kids during the year are obviously learning all kinds of things about outdoor rec and that industry, and they come up with either a product or a service. It was in a group, and it's run very much like a Shark Tank. And so again, he's using a real audience, he's using real feedback. They're using a lot of skills in terms of reading, writing, speaking, listening with their content. And so that's the second year we've seen him do that, and that has yielded some really good results. So we're excited to see some teachers kind of taking on midterms, because for some, remember, it's a final if it's a semester class. And for some, if it's a year-long class, it's a true midterm. So kind of taking on a different role and how to get an assessment of what kids are learning in these areas is really exciting, and quite often they're inviting the administration to come and see. So I welcomed that opportunity. So I just wanted to share a few. If I get a few finals come your way, I'll make sure I share those with you. But it was a really exciting week, nice way to balance it out for the kids. This last week also gave us the time with the midterm schedule to get out to all of our 8th grade buildings. So Kyle Reed, the CTE director, Tennille Torino, the school psychologist, and Paul Ferentz, the school counselor, we've seen every 8th grade, which is really exciting for us. They've taken the program of studies, they've answered questions. Kyle has done a really good job promoting the CTE programs, even though those aren't till junior and senior year. It's really exciting for the kids to hear about some of the other electives that might lead in that direction. So good feedback from them, and they will start kind of making their requests and building some schedules, between now and February break. The ELO for Spanish 1 will continue. We did the midterm with them. They're ready for the second semester as well. So I just wanted to remind you that you've already been through that, you've already approved that, and we're going to continue offering Spanish 1 here under that ELO. From a safety perspective, we drilled the lockdown 2 weeks ago. Went well. It's a real collaboration between school and PD here. Jill Bonin runs it. She sends a scenario out. We debrief after. We are training new administrators on some of the alarm systems, just how to silence them and what happens when they're activated. So that gives us a really nice opportunity. And then from there, it gets debriefed again at the EMT meeting. So it's a real full circle around drills. So they're doing a nice job. From a facilities perspective, I will say that mostly we've been maintaining the temperature. So I am working closely with Liza and Mark, just trying to maintain comfortable classroom temperatures in these cold conditions. So far, we've been able to do that for everybody. So. I have two things. I do have a field trip request. This is the DECA field trip that John Spear runs annually. They'll head to the Manchester DoubleTree for the DECA conference. This is in February. There's 2 chaperones and 8 students going. So I'll need your approval on that. And then, you want to do winter coach volunteers now?
Non-public.
No. So I'll just need a motion on
Okay.
that DECA overnight field trip whenever you're ready.
Who would like to do that?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Seconded by Phil. All those in favor? Opposed, abstentions? Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me, what were the dates on that?
They're going February 12th
Thank you.
through the 14th. You're welcome.
So it looks like a committee meetings in February 18th, unless
Yep.
we have to make changes, but that's the schedule right now. Discussion items, data records retention policy.
Yeah, so this policy came from one of our audits that the high school needs this policy. It looks like years ago, you may have looked at it once in committee. It kind of never made it out of committee, not for any reason, it just kind of stalled out there. So we do need this policy, it's required by law. It's the New Hampshire School Board sample policy, so we use the same one that the auditor recommended.
Any questions? I do remember this, I was thinking, yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
That's all right.
we did work on it. Okay, all right, we're at first reading, but because we've visited it prior, do people need, or have any questions, or we're all
No.
set? Okay.
You need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the policy.
Seconded by Sheila. All those in favor? Abstentions? Thank you. Okay, and then 25-26 calendar, which we were gonna do last month.
Yeah, so that's your last attachment in your board packet. And it's pretty standard. Well, do you have a copy of this? Yes, is it in there? Okay. All right. And basically, I mean, it's the template from the state, and then we just kind of look at that week. First day of school starting on the 25th, few professional development days before then. The only weird holiday is the Christmas break, so it's, you know, it was kind of like this year too, coming back to school on the Thursday, Friday, but so we're recommending Monday, the 22nd is a full day, half day the 23rd, and then students and staff would be off until the 2nd, and then come back on the 5th, just to get a few days in there, so. And then graduation June 6th, last day for all students on June 11th. And then typically February, April breaks are always the last week of those months.
Any questions? Yes, Bill?
Is the 23rd, that's a half day.
Yes,
Do we count that as a day as far as the state is concerned?
yeah, yes, yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? Okay.
You're
Need a
Right.
motion?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the calendar for 25, 26.
Second by Sheila. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, great.
That's helpful because all the other schools go off your calendar to
that?
start. I said all the elementary schools start with your calendar first, so that's helpful, thank you.
Okay, and then the add-on that you wanted to the bank?
Sure. This is from Dan at my office. So basically, he needs a vote, he asked for a vote from the board that Sharon Davis is authorized to open a money market account at Northway Bank for the purpose of depositing donations to the Athletic Lights Project. Said account is to be titled Pemi-Baker Regional District Athletic Lights Account, and Sharon Davis is to be authorized signer on the said account. So we just need it as a formal vote.
Okay, any questions for Kyla on that? Okay. All right, who would like to make, anybody over here want to make that motion? Okay, Paul, second by Carolyn. All those in favor? Opposed, abstentions, okay. All right. And, all right, so privilege of the floor. Anna, you good? Do you have anything you wanted to add
I was just curious how much money had been raised so far.
so far?
We are around 20, right around 20,000 right now, with a few in the works, so we'll see. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, consent items, those was some getting passed around, oh yeah, there they are, they're coming around to be passed. Board member concerns, anyone have anything they wanna? Okay. All right, so a motion to go, well, who would like to
Oh,
make that? Yes.
Real quick,
Sure.
sorry, if you don't mind. I just have some resource sheets that was asked at the budget hearing that I am gonna put up on the
Oh, good.
webpage. So I just wanted you to have them as well. It goes through, the packet is the portion of each,
Oh, yeah.
what each town is paying for all warrant articles, and then it breaks each warrant article out of how much the support staff
Nice.
agreement will be, the core budget, and the lights. So that's something people were looking for, so I just wanted to give you that. Sorry about that, that's important information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just to also mention, we'll have that deliberative session, our next meeting, February 4th. Are we gonna meet at 5 and then go down, is that 6:30?
So that's at 6:30. We typically try to have a light agenda so we can get down there, so if it's at 6:30, then maybe 5:45, if that works for everyone.
And I can remind everybody. On February 4th, 5:45, okay?
Thank you.
Give people just a couple minutes to look this over, see if you have any questions. Not, we'll move along.
The bottom portion, obviously being the portion that affects tax rate.
What does the ADM mean again? It's average daily?
Average daily membership.
Membership.
So it's the formula, so just real quick, at the top, it's just the formula of how ADM is determined. The second piece is equalized valuation. The boxed in portion is the appropriation. And then how it's split up with that formula. And then if you just go down, it goes through the apportionment rate and then the estimated tax rate at the bottom. A lot of complicated formula numbers for our. And you can see the towns that were reassessed this year based on the increase.
Any other questions? You guys want-
Nope.
Feel free to bring them to the next meeting, anything you guys look over. All right.
And then, just real quick on the support staff and the lights. I did ask Dana, just put, the total tax per $100,000 household. So what would be the cost of that, and that addition is at the bottom here.
Okay.
And what page is that? Oh, I see it. On
It's just for
last
the
page,
two
right?
separate,
Yep.
the support
Yep.
staff and for the lights,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Now we're ready for non-public.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, I'm working on it. Thanks, Jan.
To go in non-public?
Yeah.
We're not
Paul,
gonna
you
be long.
good? Yes. You're good, okay. Barbara, you good? Do you have any questions? Okay.
Huh?
All right, so who would like to make a motion to go
Tony
into?
did. Tony did.
Oh, Tony, sorry. Just state what it's for me.
To go non-public.
For personnel, I think it is, okay.
Personnel.
Who wants to second that?
I did.
Okay, Bonnie, I'm gonna do roll call. Barbara, Phil,
Yep.